Cakes to Killa, welcome to VladTV.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So, looking at my questions, like they really break down into like biographical stuff and then like sort of the social commentary stuff.
Okay.
All right.
So the gay stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just start with the basics. You're from New Jersey,
Right.
Englewood.
No, I'm from Teaneck, but I went to high school in Inglewood.
Okay,
So yeah, it's kind of like a torn. They're kind of rivals. So yeah.
and that's Bergen
County, right.
Okay. So what was growing up in Jersey like?
Growing up in Jersey was kind of just chill, regular, like suburban type boredom. I've always felt like a big fish in a small pond, and I knew when I became an adult I was gonna move to New York, just to be creative and pay really inflated rent.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's so many misconceptions about Jersey for a person that's maybe not from here.
Right, like it's a toilet.
Like it's a toilet, it smells bad, the whole Guido thing, or it's just like very
Right,
very
but the thing with that is I feel like people don't really know how big Jersey is. For example, Bergen County is really 15 minutes away from Washington Heights, so it's really not like Jersey Club Jersey or like even Guidat Jersey. So it just depends on what part of Jersey you're from. But yeah, definitely, I get a lot of flack for that.
Yeah. Like, what was your relationship to the city growing up?
Oh, I was always in the city. Like, my mom would take me and my brother out to the Museum of Natural History. I was always, as soon as I got an ID, I was, like, in a club or in a warehouse doing inappropriate things, so.
Inappropriate things?
Yeah, like, it's like, I'm from Jersey, and I, like, claim Jersey because it's my birthplace, but, like, I can't take you to Jersey and be like, this is where we turn up or get lit at. Like, that wasn't, like, my outlet.
So you're saying you never went down to the shore and partied?
No, I didn't have that privilege. I don't think that's really like a black people thing.
It's not. Well,
I don't know.
There's black people down the shore.
Really?
I think somewhere.
Okay.
There's got to be somewhere.
A few.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to now then have to go see that then. See the black people on the shore.
You said, I was born out of the closet.
Right.
Can you explain that?
Basically, being born out of the closet just means I don't really have the privilege of being a masculine, straight-passing man. I'm kind of very effeminate in the way I carry myself and the way I project myself. And I don't really see anything wrong with that, So that's kind of just my thing.
So you came out early?
In the third grade.
In the third grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a gold star gay.
So I was kind of interested about that because there's so many gay teens that are conflicted and struggle with coming out. And I mean, like the suicide rate so much higher among like LGBT teens. Mm-hmm. So why do you think that you never really, you came out so early?
I think I came out so early because I realized that I was going to die one day. It was like, I'm not going to live my life kind of in that bubble of being, not myself. And I also feel like a lot of people who do get bullied for being gay, people can know you're gay sometimes before you know you're gay. And if you do realize that you're gay and people ask you, are you gay? And you deny it, that automatically puts you in the bully section. So for me, it kind of became, my mom is cool with it, why do I care that this bully at school doesn't like it, So yeah, I kind of just like, fuck it.
So I actually I heard you say that, like, when you started rapping, you were rapping, like, kind of dissing straight people.
Right.
How did that go? How did that come about?
Well, it's very like lunchroom, somebody's playing the grind and be on a table, and it's like, very macho, all the guys are like rapping, and me being like the prissy, effeminate gay kid in high school, I was like, I could do that, and it's like, no, you can't do that. And it's like, yeah, I can, and I just did it because it was funny. Like, that's the one thing gay people like get off on, is like switching roles with like, straight people.
Did you have other gay friends in school? Or was it just you solo, just dissing straight dudes?
I mean, I had gay friends in school, but it wasn't like we were like a gay mafia, like, like hazing people's lockers. And I mean, even in growing up, I had straight friends, it wasn't like divided for me growing up. But no, it was a cool experience overall, yeah.
Like, what were the reactions when you first came out?
As being gay or as a rapper?
As being gay. So I'm kind of switching.
But as I said, I'm a gold star gay. It's kind of, you're gonna know I'm gay before I even open my mouth. So I don't really have to come out to people. It's kind of like, that's a gay guy. And I'm like,
is that
in a corner sipping a bottle of tequila. So yeah.
Is that a term? Gold star gay? Or is that?
Yeah, gold star gay mean like once I came out of the vag, I never went back. That's gold star. Is that too graphic? If I get too graphic, just
No.
reel me in. Reel me in.
No, be like err on the side of being graphic.
Okay,
You know?
okay, I'll turn it up.
You also have said that like people looked at you a lot like you're a victim.
Right. I think a lot of people, because like you said earlier, like with the suicide rates, you know, like the bullying and just being in urban areas, you know, being gay is kind of looked down upon, being effeminate is kind of looked down upon. Just being an other, you know, if you're not fitting in the cookie cutter mold of what people expect of you, you know, whether you're a girl or a guy, it's kind of, you know, people can prey on you. So for me being gay and being myself, a lot of people do assume that like my childhood was like bullying and, you know, being slammed in lockers and like, you know, a Lifetime movie moment, but it just wasn't that. I kind of always been a very confident person and I'm not afraid of conflict or, you know, standing up for myself. So I don't really, you know, that's not my narrative, you know?
Yeah. So you're saying for you it was more like people projecting that there was a lot of conflict around being gay.
And it is true. There are a lot of people who are gay, who are trans, who are bisexual, who do have to deal with that. That's just not my thing. You know, that just wasn't me.
Yeah. All right. So getting into the music side.
Right. Thank God.
Yeah. We're gonna go back and forth.
Right.
We're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
So one of my favorite things that I heard you say was that an openly gay rapper shouldn't be breaking news.
Right.
Which I completely agree with you, but unfortunately we live in this world where
it is.
Yeah, it is breaking news, and not only like culturally are we not the most accepting of gay people, like you're actually in an industry and an art form that has a history of homophobia.
Right.
So I guess my first question is, did you grow up listening to hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm black. I can't avoid listening to hip hop. The thing about it is musically, I also have like a more eclectic ear, so I wasn't just in that bubble of just listening to hip hop, you know, listening to a lot of like electronic music, a lot of disco, a lot of house. So those mix-ups are kind of like combined in my music. But yeah, I mean, for me, the homophobia in hip hop was never a problem because I feel like there's homophobia in any genre of music. I think you can't just categorize one group or one genre and say this is just a homophobic genre. I mean, there's homophobia in Walgreens. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go there and buy my baby wipes, you know? Shout out to baby wipes. I need a campaign after this.
Shout out
the whole
baby
interview
wipes.
is going to be now about baby wipes.
Maybe we can get like a sponsor.
I would hope so. Those, yeah.
So, sorry. So you're saying like early on, were you conscious of that bias or you weren't really?
The thing about it is when I started making music, I didn't know anyone would hear my music or take my music seriously or I was going to tour or even do interviews like this. I was making my music in my dorm room for my friends on Facebook. So there was no, oh my God, like, I'm going to get gay bashed or like, they're going to call me a gay rapper. I was just like, no one's going to fucking hear this. Like, I don't care. Then slowly the ball started rolling. I'm just like, I have to go with this now because it's paying my rent. So I kind of I never had that like weary, you know, oh my God, what is anyone gonna think? But also I live my life not thinking about what anyone's gonna think. So no, I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was like the initial moment when you're like, all right, I'm gonna be a rapper?
I don't think there was a very initial moment of me saying I want to be a rapper. For me, being a rapper had like a lot of negative connotations just because a lot of people who claim to be a rappers are corny. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, to me, it was just like, I'm a poet, or like, you know, it was like, I'm just an artist, or like, I'm just, you know, this is just my hobby. So I think when I dropped my first album in October, I think that's when I was like, okay, I'm a rapper. Yeah.
And you just started, recently you said you made the transition to doing it full time.
No, I've never had a job. I'm kind of a bum. I've only been making music. I've been touring for like 4 or 5 years.
Dope.
Right, so this shit gotta work out. Like, Love and Hip Hop, holla at me again. Like, now I'm ready to do the show. I'm getting old now.
So you went straight from high school, college, rapping, and the whole time you were rapping too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But it only became a career after college. I mean, my senior year. That's when I went on my first tour, and I was in Australia.
Who'd you go on tour with?
Other like gay rappers who you probably don't know about. I went on tour with like Leaf and Hasta La Doja, and it was like a 4-date tour. Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, you know, places black people don't really go to.